Hi, does it work? I don't know how it works. 1 second. Um, I hope it works. Oh, okay. Um, what is, oh, okay. Hi, can you hear me? Great, okay. Sorry, I have no idea how this works. Uh, yeah. So, this is my live show where I am live. Hi. I've never done this before, as you can see, by me being really awkward and weird. Um, yeah, I wanted to just do a live show where I went over my channel survey and just talked about talked about um, what I think of your opinions, if that makes sense, or just like my response to what people may have said or the answers to the channel survey. So if you took it, it might be interesting. If you didn't take it, it might still be interesting. And then at the end, I asked for Q&A questions because I wasn't sure how long this would take and I didn't know how long I wanted it to be. But I didn't get that many Q&A questions, so I imagine this won't be very long. Hopefully, like less than an hour, I think. Probably like maybe half an hour. I don't know. We'll see what happens. And if you guys have any questions along the way, feel free to ask them. I'll be looking at like the chat. I'm like using my phone as the, what is it called? The camera. Because I thought it would be better than my webcam. Yes, that when I film my videos, there's a lot of editing that goes on, in case you're wondering. But yeah, so over the past like 3 or 4 months, I have had just a channel survey up, and it just asked a bunch of questions. Some of the questions I like edited as it was up. I didn't get that many responses of my all the subscribers of my channel. I don't know. What is this? 1%? I got like 1% responses. Hold on. I'm doing math. Times. Yeah. So like 1% of people responded of all the people who are subscribed to my channel. Um, if you want to do that math, you can literally figure out how many responses I got. So this is probably not completely representative, but the people who responded, I feel like are the most active on my channel anyways, and probably you guys who are watching. So that's what I want to know anyway. So the first question on my channel survey, since I can't stop just over talking, also I have a glass of wine to hopefully relax me. Hi. Oh, I should just say everyone's name. So hi, Vicky, the Book Dragon Reads, and Tia with your tea. Oh, that's cool. I hope you enjoy my channel. Vicky, sorry. But yeah, the first question on my channel survey is, how did you find my channel? 31% of people said they were searching for a specific type of video, which is cool because that means my search terms are working. Because over the past year, I have been working on optimizing like my channel titles and like the tags that YouTube lets you do so that more people can find my channel. Um, the most people who answered, like 44.8%, said they found my channel through another booktuber YouTuber shout out, which I suspected, because not to like brag, not to be like that, but my channel has gotten a lot of shout outs. For me, a lot of shout outs. I think my channel was shouted out like by bigger, like people with over 20K subscribers, like 2 or 3 times in the past year, which is a lot because only so much of BookTube has over 20K subscribers. So that definitely helped my channel grow. And yeah, and then the rest are all under, there's 3 people responded and were like, they followed me after they met me at BookNet Fest, which is really cool. And also shows that like those creator meetups kind of work, because I met people and then they subscribed to my channel, which is cool. And yeah. And then the other responses are like people putting in, well, the Met You at BookNet Fest were people who, great, I'm glad you're still here and watching this live stream. What was I saying? Yeah, the other like smaller percentage of responses were people who couldn't remember how they found me, which is valid and fine, and people who got recommended my channel from YouTube, which is good, but also I feel like could be better because I want YouTube to recommend me more. And it's kind of sad that not that many people found my channel through YouTube's recommendations. So yeah. And then the other one was Twitter, which I kind of expected to be higher because I guess I haven't been that active on Twitter lately, but I feel like in the beginning of the year I was pretty active on Twitter. The second question was, if you're subscribed, what made you subscribe? Also feel free to answer in the chat if you want. If you didn't already answer in the survey, or if you did, just saying it again. It doesn't matter. And then I also asked if you can think of a specific video that made you want to subscribe, just leave the name of it, just so I knew, and like if I could like recreate that video, not recreate, but if it was like a specific recommendations video, maybe I could do it again, and then that would encourage more people to subscribe if a lot of people said that video. A lot of people actually said they liked my personality, which is super heartwarming and made me feel really good, not gonna lie. Yeah, so yeah. A few people said like the majority of these, because this was a free response thing, said that it was because of my personality and like my sense of humor, which once again is really appreciated. And also a few people, thank you. Also a few people said that they liked my calm personality. I mean, that still has to do with personality, but specifically like calmness. Should I turn off that? I'll just stand in front of it. I feel like the light behind me is gonna glare. I turned on all the lights in my apartment just to hopefully get a better lighting, because it's nighttime now, so there's no natural light because it's dark outside. Yeah. A few people said my reading vlog. Oh, I'm sorry if I keep hitting the microphone on the headphones. It's just, I'm so like that, I guess. A few people said that, hi. Not a few people said hi. I was saying hi to Miss Queenie Clem. What was I even saying? I can't even remember. A few people said that they wanted to follow a Black woman on BookTube, or not I hope they're following more than just me, but like they wanted to follow more Black women, Black people on BookTube, which hashtag can relate. I do try my best to shout out other Black booktubers, even if I'm not specifically saying Black booktubers. What? Even if I'm not specifically saying, oh, follow these people and they're Black booktubers, but I feel like when the majority of people I do shout out, even though I don't shout out people, are Black, because that's a lot of what I watch on BookTube actually. Tia with, it went away. Oh no, I don't know how to see. Okay. Okay, it came back. Tia with your T. That's a funny name. My Hogwarts Book Rex was one of the reasons you subscribed. Sorry, I can't speak. That's really cool. That's a really old video. So I think that's funny that that's still, like, all those videos are really old now. They're 2016, 2017. And I'm really proud of those, even though I don't like them as much now just because I'm older, but I'm really proud of how well they did for what my channel had at the time. So that's really cool you found me through that. And yeah, some people in the survey said, like 2 people said reading vlogs, which was really funny because you'll see in the next question why that's funny. Not the next question, but a few questions down the line. And then, yes, mostly people said my personality, wanting to follow a Black woman, and then there were a few specific videos, but I couldn't really recreate them. And then people say that I have a nice variety of books, which I feel like this just sounds like me patting myself on the back, but I don't know, I just wanted to share what I'm thinking as I read these. The next question is, how long have you been subscribed to my channel? And then I was like, if you can't remember, just give your best guess. The majority of people answered, almost 40% said less than 3 months, which is also something I suspected because, like I said, I did get a few shout outs at the beginning of the year and at the end of last year. And, well, I guess that wouldn't make sense. No, it wouldn't. Okay, you know what would make sense? If they've been subscribed within the last... Okay, hold on. We'll try this again, even though I can't edit this out because this is live. Basically, 40% said in the last 3 months they subscribed to me. 20% said between the last 3 and 6 months they subscribed to me. And then another 30% said 6 months to a year they subscribed to me. And that makes sense, like all of those put together, which is like 90% of the people who took the survey. Obviously, these are rounded. This makes sense because at the end of last year and at the beginning of this year, I got like a lot of shout outs. And at the end of last year, my channel doubled in subscribers. So it makes sense that the majority of the people who took the survey and the majority of my people who are subscribed have been subscribed for less than a year. Or 13%, even though that number doesn't make sense with the other numbers, but I'm rounding, have been subscribed for more than a year, which is super cool. And I'm excited for those people. You've really seen me grow, get better at my braid outs, and get better at my makeup, get better at existing as a person, graduate school. Wow, that's a lot if you've been subscribed to me for more than a year. So the next question is, which of my videos do you enjoy / are more likely to watch? 82%, and like this is a most. This one was like a checkbox, so people could say any one of these videos, but 82% of people who took the survey like my wrap-ups, which I kind of knew because I like my wrap-ups tend to do well in terms of views, like when you compare them to the other videos on my channel, which is fine. I like doing wrap-ups. I like telling people what books I'm going to read. I like having reviews that are shorter and condensed. Wrap-ups do take me a while to film and plan because I will write out a Goodreads review, and then I will take the Goodreads review, and then I will condense it so that I can have a script for my videos. And then with the script, sorry, my heat is turning on if it's loud. And then with the script, I kind of go off the cuff anyway, but it's just there so that I've thought about it a lot. So it's just doing that twice helps me because it means I've thought about it and can really convey my thoughts, and I like doing that for anyone who watches. And so the next highest are book recommendations, which is actually something I learned from the survey. Like a couple people who said in the chat already, they found my channel through my book recommendations, and the majority of people who took the survey enjoy my book recommendations, but I don't do a whole lot of them. I think I've done one this year, so that's not the greatest, but I definitely want to do more book recommendations in the coming year because it just ends up not having enough time, but I just end up not having enough time. So and then the next highest, 55% enjoy my book reviews, which once again I really don't do a lot of. I did one this year. It was the Kingdom of Souls review, and it's on my channel if you want to watch it. That's the only book review I've done this year. Last year I think I did 3. I think last year I had a goal of doing one a month, and then I completely failed. This year I didn't even set that goal, and I only did 1. So maybe I should bring that goal back. I don't know. And then 52% like my TBRs, which is once again unexpected. Not unexpected. It's not unexpected, but also a little bit unexpected because I expected more people to enjoy my TBRs, because my TBRs also lately have been getting more views than my wrap-ups even. So that's interesting. 48% say reading vlogs they enjoy watching, which is cool. I enjoy making them. They are really popular content on BookTube. I think the majority of people who watch my reading vlogs, I don't know where I was going with that sentence, forget it. And then we have everything else. So book tags and hauls are both around 40%. Enjoy them. I personally don't like book tags that much. One, because I just don't enjoy most of them. I will do a book tag if it's really intriguing to me or something, or if it's going around BookTube a lot. But I tend not to do book tags anymore. In the beginning of my channel, I did a lot of them, I think, just because they're really easy. But I don't love doing them. Book hauls are on the lower end of people that like it, but they do get views, and I enjoy filming book hauls, so those aren't going anywhere. I do 4 a year, so I feel like that's a good balance of people who don't like book hauls. You only have to see 4 in your subscription feed from me in the entire year. I just choked. Sorry. I had to like move the mic away from me coughing. Sorry. Yeah. And then I still get to do the book hauls. And then that's it for like the regular. Oh, and then a lot of people, not a lot, and again on the lower end, under 40%, like my videos that aren't reading related, which is not a huge reason, not the reason, but a little bit of the reason that I think I'm gonna have a second channel next year. So if you're watching this live stream, you're the first to know. I'm going to make a second channel sometime early next year for all my not reading related videos, because I just want to. I have a lot of ideas for other videos that aren't reading related, and I don't really want to put them on this channel just in case, because I don't want it to bring down like my channel averages, if that makes sense. Like, I know not a lot of people who watch this channel will be interested, but then you can go to the other channel and like I know you're interested. Does that make sense? So keep an eye out for information on that. What do you enjoy about these? Oh, I asked for people's opinions on like what they said in the last question. So what do you enjoy about the videos that you said you enjoyed? That was just for me. I just wanted to know like if I should be adding more stuff to like the videos, if that makes sense. But I guess yeah, I guess the majority of people were just like, oh, I just want to hear your thoughts on the books. Most people answered in, I guess I should have made the question more clear. Most people answered what they enjoy about me doing those videos specifically, and I meant why do they like those videos generally. So most people gave me more compliments, which is nice. So I know to keep doing what I'm doing basically. And yeah, a couple of people like that I'm clear and succinct with my thoughts on books, which I don't feel like I am, but I'm glad that some people think I am, so that's cool. Yeah. And then I asked, are there any videos that you wish I made more of? And by far, the largest answer was book recommendations. And like I said, that was the answer in the previous question, that a lot of people said they enjoy book recommendations from me. And so obviously people want more of them, especially since I don't make a lot of book recommendations anyway. So next year, I'm going to be trying to do more book recommendations. I have ideas for at least like 2 or 3 right now. So that's good. So hopefully I can get those like planned out and done. And then a few people said TBRs. I don't really know how I could do that. I already make a TBR every month. A few people said book reviews, which is something that I would like to try and do, but specifically for not authors, but specifically I want to go back to doing books that are kind of underrated or like debut, but like underrated debut books. So when I first started my channel, I was actually getting a lot of books from NetGalley, but I was requesting a lot of like the Read Now and just like very like unpopular is not the right word, just like not well known books on NetGalley, because I had a new channel and I was new to book reviewing, so I wanted to request books that I thought I would get accepted for. So a lot of the earlier reviews on my channel aren't like super popular books, but those reviews have actually done really well because I read them when they first came out or before they came out, and then they either got popular or like people saw them around and were looking for reviews, and since not a lot of people had read them, I was probably the only reviews that came up, the only review that came up. So that probably has helped my channel. People wish that I made more book tags, but like I said, I don't really enjoy doing those as much. And like I said, I will do some of them. Like I'll do whatever's going around on BookTube at the time. So like the mid-year book freakout tag I'll do every year because I enjoy that tag. But like the ones where it's like matching a book to like a prompt that's what all tags are. But like a random prompt, like I can't think of anything. Like the Christmas book tags that are going around right now where it's like, oh, what is a book that makes you think of like mistletoe or something, or like a book with a green, like those kind of prompts I don't really love. Some people said that they wish that I made more of the not reading related book. Some people said that they wish I made more of the not reading related videos. Like I said, I am hopefully going to be starting a new channel next year, so you'll be getting lots of those on that new channel. Not a lot, I don't want to say that. Like that new channel will probably have like 2 videos a month, but that's where they'll all go. So 2 videos of not reading related videos. Yes? Is that what I'm saying? 2 videos of not reading related. 2 not reading related videos a month is more than I do right now. So that is still more. Sorry for not being able to speak. And then I asked the opposite question, which of my videos do you not like or are you less likely to watch? Wrap-ups got 0. Like, apparently everyone wants to watch my wrap-ups, which once again makes me feel good. The majority of people said either reading vlogs or hauls, but reading vlogs actually don't get that many views, but they get really good viewer retention rate, I think is what the stat is called. YouTube shows you a bunch of your analytics, and one of them is how long people are watching your videos. And reading vlogs probably get longer ones for 2 reasons. One, my reading vlogs are usually just longer. Most of my reading vlogs are at least half an hour long. Or I try to make them between 20 and 30 minutes, but yeah, they're like 20 or 30 minutes long, and most of my other videos are under 20 minutes. So so that just encourages people to watch longer, especially if like 2 people watch the whole reading vlog and like 3 people only watch the first 5 minutes, my retention rate goes up because 2 people watched like 40 minutes of my video. Whereas if all 5 of those people watched all of my TBR for that month, which is like 10 minutes long, then that's only barely more time, if that makes sense. So reading vlogs are really good for that. And another, I guess, not quite secret, but if you're watching this, I do want to try and get monetized, and the thing that I'm missing from monetization is my watch time. I guess retention rate and watch time are the stats I'm using. So I am looking for more, not looking for more stats. So I need to get my watch time up, and reading vlogs do help with that because they have a longer watch time. And I do enjoy making reading vlogs. I wouldn't keep making them if I didn't like them. They're fun to make. They're pretty easy to edit because I just throw all the clips together. And yeah, and they show you guys a glimpse of my life in case anyone is interested. Yeah. And then what else is there? hauls is the other one that got an equal amount of people who don't want to watch them. But the opposite of reading vlogs, hauls actually do have a lower watch time, but it has a really high view count generally for my channel, and I enjoy making hauls. I like to document what books I'm acquiring, what books I'm acquiring. That's all hauls document. And yeah, and then the next one, people said that they didn't want to see reading related videos, or not reading related videos. Everyone who comes to this channel, I assume, wants to see reading related videos. Yeah. So once again, those will be going on a separate channel in the new year. And I feel like I haven't stopped talking. Give me a second. That was water. Yeah. And then book tags also people don't enjoy, which we match up there. I don't love making most tags. Apparently people don't love watching tags. So, fair. People said they're less likely to watch TBRs, but I guess my most active viewers, the ones who took the survey, don't want to watch as many TBRs, but I guess maybe my more casual viewers enjoy my TBRs because they do well. Book reviews. Yeah, book reviews, people said. That's fair. I kind of knew that. Most of my book reviews don't do that well when I first upload them, but they do, like, over years. I've had my channel for almost 5 years, and most of my book reviews have over 200 views. And half of that is probably because I've had my channel for over 5 years. Or not over, almost 5 years. Not quite there yet. But, yeah, so eventually over time, they're what lots of people call like evergreen content. So people can find your channel through them whenever they look up that book, and then they check out the rest of your videos. And yeah, and sometimes, like, not everyone is reading the same book at a time, especially if I read a backlist book or anything, then yeah. Or sometimes videos come into vogue, if that makes sense. For example, I did a review on, what is the book called? How It Went Down by, I forgot the author's name, but the book is called How It Went Down. I have a review on my channel, and you can look it up on Goodreads, but I did a review of that a while ago, and it was like right after or right before The Hate U Give came out, but I hadn't read The Hate U Give yet. And so books, and I guess I should tell you what it's about. So How It Went Down is follows the shooting of a black teen by a white person, and people don't know, how can I say this? It follows the aftermath of a shooting of a black teen by a white man, and just everything that goes on around that. It's like a little bit based off of like all the other shootings of black teens that we've seen. Trayvon Martin, sorry, I couldn't remember his name. It's like a little bit based off of that, and we follow like the whole neighborhood and their reaction. And so there is like a little similarity with The Hate U Give, and The Hate U Give got really popular, so people were looking for more books like The Hate U Give, and How It Went Down came up, so I'm sure that was good for the author, and that was good for my review because more people were looking for that book, because that became like a popular thing. I don't want to say a trend, but it kind of is. And so the next question is, what do you dislike about those videos? Most people said they're just not interested in them. Most of them were sure to reassure me it had nothing to do with me as a person, which I appreciate. And most people just said they don't watch whatever video they chose not to, like they didn't want to see that much of. Yeah. A lot more people said like longer things about reading vlogs, and I can understand why people don't like them. They are pretty long. Like I said, mine are like 20 to 30 minutes usually. I have one that's like over almost 40 minutes. How do I help you with your channel? Okay. Vicky. Sorry for shaking the camera. I don't know how to make it like show up again. Okay. Yeah. Vicky Washington, how did I help you with your channel? That's cool. I want to know how. Every time I want to like re-show the chat, it like doesn't show it to me. It's really weird. Anyway, but yeah, while I wait for that, yeah, most people were like, oh, I just don't care about that content. Then I asked them, like, I guess logistical questions. How long do you prefer videos to be? This was just to know, I guess. I don't really change my time of videos. Mostly I just film a video, and however long it ends up being is however long it ends up being. Sometimes I will try and actively make a video shorter if I think it's too long. Usually if it's longer than 20 minutes, I will try and get it under 20 minutes. But other than that, I do try to get videos to be over 10 minutes because YouTube likes that even though I'm not monetized. Oh, that's cool. It took me a long time, I feel like, to learn that. And I feel like I learned that too well, which is why I keep restarting and doing things over like I'm going to be able to edit this later, which I'm not because it's live. I'm glad I helped you learn that though. What was I saying? See, again, I'm too relaxed now. But yeah, I try and get videos 10 minutes and I try to keep them under 20 minutes because the YouTube algorithm allegedly really likes videos that are 10 minutes or longer because something, I don't know why. I think like if you're monetized, you can then have like mid-roll ads if a video is greater than 10 minutes. I'm not monetized. So if you ever see an ad on my channel, then it's just YouTube, it's not me. But also, maybe one day I will get monetized. But yeah, most people said they prefer videos that are between 10 and 20 minutes anyway. So we're all in sync with each other. 10% said that they liked videos that are longer than 20 minutes. I probably assume that those people are the people who like my reading vlogs. And one person said that they like videos under 10 minutes. I really try and not do videos under 10 minutes just because, like I said, the YouTube algorithm likes videos that are longer because it keeps you on YouTube longer. And so they're more likely to promote your video if it's longer. That's a tip for anyone who wants to have a channel. Nowadays, in the olden times, YouTube used to like videos that were shorter, which really, I think, disadvantaged BookTube. I think the change in algorithm has really given an advantage to BookTubers because BookTube content is just naturally long. It's just hard to condense like a book review into something under 5 minutes. And so, yeah. Yeah, the change in algorithm has really given BookTube an advantage. And yeah, so on to the next question. Next question was, do you use closed captioning? This is just for me to know how much I should be beating myself up about being really bad at closed captioning my videos. 80% of people said no, 80% of people said no, 20% of people said yes. This would probably go up if I closed captioned my videos more so that more people who needed closed captioning could use them. I don't know if all these people need closed captioning, like if they are in the deaf community or hard of hearing, or if they just like to have captions on. I like to have captions on when I watch most TV shows anyway, just in case I miss something, and I feel like I obtain the information better when I'm reading it and watching the show. So that could be the reason that the 20% of people who answered this said that they use closed captioning. I don't know, but I still want to provide that for you guys. One day, hopefully I will be able to pay for someone to do the closed captioning because it's just so hard for me. It's hard for me on multiple levels because I do have a tendency to mumble and just like not speak clearly. And I know that, so sometimes I will like remember that and try and like enunciate better when I do my videos. So that way the auto captioner can be better because the auto captioner is really bad at me at like decoding my videos, which makes it then harder for me to then caption my videos myself, because what I do when I caption my videos is I use the auto caption thing and then I like edit it so it actually says what I mean to say. And some people, when they do that, they have like, oh, a few words here, a few words there. Mine is like the whole sentence is gone because I let my words run together a lot. I just mumble and like, I don't know. It's really hard for me. I do that a lot where I don't quite finish words and things, so the auto captioner doesn't know what to do. And that makes it even worse when I don't caption my videos, because then people who need the captions or want to use the captions like have an even harder time because it's mumbo jumbo. So I do want to get better at that. It just takes me a long time to caption my videos because I basically have to do it all by hand. And one day I hope to be able to pay people to do it, but right now I can't justify spending money like that on the videos when I don't make any money from the videos. But once I monetize, I will be paying for someone to caption my videos. I promise. And in the meantime, I'll do my best. Sometimes I go through like spurts of being like, oh, like I need to just caption all these videos, and I'll spend like a week just captioning a bunch of like my last 5 videos or something. But then I get into like a groove, not a groove, like, yeah, I guess a groove of just like filming a bunch of videos, and then I want to put them up, and then that, like, captioning is always the first thing to go by the wayside, and I apologize for that. The next thing is, the next question was about my thumbnails. I have changed my thumbnails a bit. Excuse me, sorry if you hear that burp. I started captioning my videos. What? No. I started changing my thumbnails. I started using a different font for some of my thumbnails, and I started to include emojis just because I wanted to. I wanted to see if that helped engagement and stuff. I watched a video. Whose video did I watch? I watched Chandler Ainsley's video on thumbnails, and I wanted to incorporate some of her things that she suggested because her channel grew a lot faster than mine, and I'm like, well, what can it hurt? And I don't know, I like my change of thumbnails. I'm not sure if it correlated at all with any kind of growth or whatever, but yeah, the majority of people said that they didn't notice that I changed the thumbnails at all, which is fine. And then like a slightly lesser, like the largest minority did notice that I changed them and they liked them, and then nobody said otherwise. Everyone else who answered what is basically like they were new subscribers, so they didn't notice anything different because they haven't seen anything different. Most people, no. Sorry. The next question, I asked if you ever bought or borrowed a book from me. And then I asked if you knew what book was it. This has nothing to do with my channel, really. This was really to ego stroke, just so I don't know, it makes me feel good if someone is like, oh, I read this book because of you, I got this book because of you. And a lot of people did say that they have. Some people said they couldn't remember, but they knew that they must have, if that made any. Some people said that they couldn't remember, but they knew that they must have like read some books because of me. Some people did give me examples. One person said they read Little and Lion because of me, which I think is really cool because I really enjoyed that book. One person said that they read Anne of Green Gables, and that's also really cool because I've enjoyed that book. I assume most of these are just books that I've enjoyed, or otherwise, how did I convince you to read it, you know? But, yeah, and then other people said, like, just I added a bunch of books to my Goodreads TBR, but I haven't read them yet, or something like that. So that's really cool. This is a weird graph, sorry. That was my face. I asked, for some reason, I used Google Forms for this. For some reason, it made a bar graph. Oh, I guess. That's so weird. I guess this was a short answer question. For some reason, I don't know what happened. But it made a bar graph. The next question was, have you hit the notification bell for my channel? And if not, why not? I have no idea why I did like this. I don't know. I can't really see it. It's hard to see the answers. 1 second. Uno momento, por favor. Most people didn't have notifications on, which is fair and fine. I don't have notifications on for any YouTuber I watch, so I don't blame you. Most people just say, most people are like me and they're just like, I watch YouTube all the time. I don't need notifications, or they are, or they just don't use notifications at all. Or they just don't like having notifications. I also have notifications turned off for all of my social media apps. So once again, I don't blame people. It's just a question to ask. And just to see if it had something to do with me, if people just didn't want to be notified of my videos for some reason that had to do with me. But most people gave me answers that I expected. Yeah. Back to that. I had to do a weird thing to like view that. For some reason it did that weird bar graph. I don't really understand why I did that. And then I asked people how they usually watch my videos. Like, how do you, like, you'll see when I say the answers. Majority of people just watch when they see them in their sub box, which is fair. That's what I do with videos that I watch. I scroll through my sub box. I scroll through my sub box and then click watch and then click add to my watch later, and then I usually either watch videos in order or I'll shuffle them just so I can get some older videos, or I'll like reverse order so that I can see older videos that I might have missed and things like that. So don't blame people. Some people said that they get the notification and watch from the notification. Some people said that they actively go to my channel to see if I've uploaded something, which I appreciate. And then some people said that they just like watch my video, because I do try to post most of my videos onto Twitter, so they see probably like my tweet about it and then probably watch from there. Yeah. What percentage of my videos would you estimate you've watched since subscribing to my channel? That was the next question. Most people said 75%, which I appreciate. That is what I expect. That is what I watch from most creators. Because sometimes people just post things you don't want to watch. That's totally fine and valid. The next highest was 100%, which means you watch nearly every video I upload. So I appreciate that as well. The next percentage, about like 13%, said they watch some of my videos, but like an equal amount of my videos don't interest them, which is fair. I wish I could know like what it was about those videos that made people not interested, just so I can help, because YouTube also does not this thing, but it's like, oh, your last video didn't get a lot of views, so we should show your next video to less people. So I try not to have that too many times in a row. And then 25% or less is the least amount of people who voted for that, which does make me a little bit sad, because I feel like that's most people who watch my channel. If you like look at the subscriber to sub count range, then yeah, but it is what it is. I wish I could help those people, or if you're watching, I feel like if you're watching this, you're not likely to unsubscribe, but I honestly I honestly wouldn't mind if people who didn't like the majority of my videos but were subscribed unsubscribed. Like, that's why you unsubscribe from people. It's not personal at all, and I would prefer that the people who are subscribed match like my view count, because I feel really the reasoning for this survey is just like, why are people subscribed but don't want to watch some of my videos? And yeah, so. And I also want to know if people ever open this description box of my videos, mostly for this survey, which I feel like this is a little bit, not a loaded question. What's the word I'm looking for? Self-fulfilling question? That's not the word I'm looking for. But basically, people who open the description box a lot probably took the survey because it was in the description box, you feel? But the majority of people who took the survey said yes for every video. And then the next amount said only when I specifically mention it in the video. And then the next amount said hardly ever. So I assume that most people outside of the people who took the survey are hardly ever, just because they didn't take the survey. And then we're on the last question, and I just asked for feedback or just comments in general. And yeah. And people were really nice in this. When I did, I'm sorry if you could hear that alarm. When I did this last year, most people, I had a lot more critical views, which honestly I appreciated. A lot of people had a lot to say, not a lot to say, but had things to say about my audio when I did the survey last year, and that is why I got a mic. That was mostly the big critique. Some people said that I was too quiet, or like I seemed like annoyed while I do my videos, and that was something that I couldn't really change. So I just left it. I don't know. That's something I get a lot in person as well. Like I seem like annoyed, or like I don't like people when I talk to people in person, but it's just the way I am. Like I feel like not to be all personal or whatever, but I like go on dates, and then after the date I'm like, oh, I want to see you again, and I see them again and they're like, oh, I thought you hated me at the last one. And I'm like, why would you think that? And it's just something about me, I guess, but it is what it is. One person on this year's survey asked if I would consider doing buddy reads with my subscribers, and yes, I would. I feel like I've mentioned it in a few videos, but sometimes I'm like actively looking for videos. One of my goals this year was to do more buddy reads, and obviously subscribers get like first shot. So if you ever want to do a buddy read with me, then feel free to DM me on Twitter, and now I have Instagram, so you can you can DM me on Instagram. Yeah, so just DM me on either of those platforms. We can work something out. Buddy reads are fun. A couple people complimented me on my makeup, and one person even asked me to do like a makeup video. I'm probably never going to do that just because I don't think I'm that good at makeup. I might do the books and makeup tag again because my makeup skills have gotten better, but not really. So I might do that in the future, but I probably won't do like a tutorial or anything just because I don't know what I'm doing. And yeah, so, and the other things were, everything else was really, I mean, everything I said was complimentary, but like everything was pretty complimentary. And so this ended up being longer than I thought. I thought it was going to be done in like 20 minutes, but I guess I just talked so much. But yeah, I'm going to answer the 2 questions that I got, and they are actually kind of hefty questions. So the first question was from a YouTube comment that I didn't write the person who wrote it down. And yeah, so someone asked me, what's your opinion of black trauma versus black joy? What's your opinion of the black trauma versus black joy debate in the black community in regards to movies? And I think I didn't do a lot of research for this thing, but I don't watch a lot of movies, but I think this also applies to the book community. But I think not this question is specifically about, but it might have to do with what is the movie called? Queenie and Slim, that recently came out. I have not watched that movie, and I honestly have no interest in watching that movie, but I did watch a movie review from For Harriet because I do enjoy watching movie reviews, even though I don't watch a lot of movies. And basically her take on that movie specifically, a lot of people didn't like that movie because it ends really sadly. I don't want to spoil the ending for anyone who hasn't watched it and want to watch it, but people didn't like it because it is very traumatic. Like, the whole story is pretty traumatic. It is about, how do you block people? I do not like this. Okay, so just okay, so I cannot figure out something. Yeah, I don't think I can do it on my phone, so yeah. Sorry if anyone's reading this in the past. I'll see what I can do after the live show is done. But yeah, just ignore that one person, I guess. Yeah, I can't seem to do anything on my phone, which is annoying. I have my computer open. Well, I think he left any. Oh shit. Well, I think he left anyway. So I don't remember what I was saying. That's good. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, Queenie and Slim. Thank you. Yeah, I think that's what made them go away. But yeah, thanks for reporting them. But I think what I was saying with Queenie and Slim is that I can't remember what I was saying. Oh, it's about not a couple. I don't think they're a couple. This guy and this girl. I think the girl was like his lawyer. This is all like conjecture from that review that I watched like a couple weeks ago at this point, so I don't quite remember. But yeah, the girl was his lawyer, and the guy shot a cop, and then they go on the run, and that's what that is. And so it's like it's trauma, black people going on the run, and then like with the police, like it's a lot. So that's like something that came up in my mind because that was the whole point of like For Harriet's video, where she talked about how not every movie has to be everything for everyone is basically the thing. And I think that's right, but also I think that because we have so few movies and books, when they're all about our trauma, it can feel like a lot. Like for me personally, with books, since that's my main form of entertainment, I try not to read any more Black trauma like things anymore because I'm just tired of it. I want to read about people who look like me and are happy, and that's, I feel like, a lot of what people want from movies. Even with movies, I don't read or watch anything that has to do with slavery, but I do avoid slave narratives in movies and books because everything that has to do with Black people, especially in America, tends to, like, for the last, like, almost every book I can remember that getting popular has to do with slavery, and I'm just tired of it. So yeah. So that's my answer to that. I don't know if I answered that question, but yeah. And the other question is, when you're in a situation of extreme stress and anxiety, what do you normally do? And the real answer to that is I go to bed. I just go to sleep, and I hope it's better in the morning. I'm really good at dealing with stress and anxiety, as you can tell. But yeah, I just don't. I'm really bad at it. Really, I just avoid it until it goes away or I really have to deal with it. So most of the time, if I'm really, really, really stressed, I just go to sleep. If I'm really sad, I go to sleep. I just go to bed. I go to bed early. And then it either looks better in the morning or it doesn't. Then I go back to bed until it looks better. So yeah, but a healthy way of dealing with that is probably to ask for help or really figure out what's stressing you out and see if you can like cut it out. So yeah, those are the questions that I got. I think I'm done with the live show. Thank you for attending my first ever live show. If you're watching the playback of this, sorry if it was weird at times. Yeah, so I think that's it. I don't really know how to end this. Bye. Oh, I should do the camera thing. Bye.